There we go. I'm gonna get all situated. Make sure this is all off too. All right. Give me just a second. I'll get all set up for us. It is hot in here, y'all. Alright, so I'm gonna put some vocabulary in front of you. Got a map. You see some familiar things.
I went to Mexico once.
I've been to Mexico also. What part of Mexico did you go to?
Isla Mujeres, and also this place where has so many swimming pools.
Oh, lots of swimming pools. That's important, isn't it? And here's our passage, okay? Here we go. And I'm gonna put that over there too.
Here's the Pacific Ocean. It's very small.
All right, everybody. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so today we're going to look at a reading passage, and we also have some text features and some vocabulary that we're going to look over, okay? But our main learning target is that we're going to be able to identify the main idea of our story by the time that we're finished, okay? We talked about main idea in our class over the year, so we should be good to go as far as that goes. But by the end of the passage, we'll be able to talk about that, okay? All right, so before we get started, I found some neat kind of things. I want you guys to look at this stuff. All right.
Like seashells. They are seashells, I think.
Okay.
This one looks like a seashell.
Yeah, you can touch them. Get some of these up. When you see these things, what comes to mind?
These look like seashells on the ocean. This one looks like a cat or a squirrel.
Okay, so seashells from the ocean.
This
I
one
hear
looks
that.
like a tree trunk or seaweed. Are those little things that have holes that are alive?
Oh yeah, like coral.
Yeah, coral.
Where's coral found?
In the ocean, in the bottom, so it's colorful.
By the hole.
Or a sponge?
I think
Yeah.
this is a coral.
That's right.
Look, it has a mouth.
And then, like, whenever you have a fish tank, like, you put glass kind of like that, like the
This looks like a
Why
little.
do you need to put those like in a fish tank?
Because they're for fishes.
These are like the ones where they hide.
It's to make.
To hide, so the fish hide in them.
It's like the crabs hide in those. They're seashells.
Okay, or other sea creatures, right? So we do know that we find shells
That one looks like
in
a
the
coral.
ocean, right? And so have you ever been, to the beach before?
Yeah, I have been like into the Mexico beach. I went to, what is it called again? It's close to these. It's in Florida.
Oh, Florida. Have you been to Florida?
Yeah.
No, not Florida. Have you ever been to the beach, Mia?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you remember where that was?
I went to this, like, there's a beach, but it was, like, in the winter time. I didn't know why I went to the beach because it was the winter time.
Oh, yeah, that's different. Well, I want you to look at your map, okay? So, Jonah mentioned going to the beach in Mexico. Can you find that on your map?
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a Gulf of Mexico.
There's the Gulf of Mexico. Do you
What's
see
the
some
Gulf?
other?
Yeah, I see the Gulf of California,
Familiar stuff?
Gulf of Alaska.
Good. Gustavo, do you
Canada.
see anything familiar or anything you connect with?
Not too much.
I can. It's the United States.
There we are. That's where we're at right now, right? Okay,
Look
so
at Bahamas.
and the Bahamas. So these are shells. These are actually my shells. These are actually my personal shells. And you're gonna make a connection with these shells with our story here in a minute. But I found these shells
No.
on the beach next to an ocean.
Oh, I have so many shells.
Mhm.
I was trying to look for the unicorn one, but on the sand, my dad found me one that was very special.
They're all very special when you find
They're
them.
unique.
I try to find the one where you can hear it.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, my brother has
I
one
have
of
one of
those.
those too. I'll have to show you that. When we're done, I'll let you guys see that one because that'll be a nice treat when we're done. So I want you to look on our passage too, okay? So on our passage, we have a couple of text features, right? And so I want you to open up your passage. The
Whoa.
first page and the second page. What are some text features that you see?
I see that there's also so many shells that look like these.
And then like,
They're like flipped over.
and basically a whole entire
Kind of looks like a little
pile of
river,
shells.
but like it's like a abandoned halfway.
Oh, so maybe it looks abandoned.
Yeah,
Did
but
you
it's
get-
like a lot of
did you
sticks
get,
and
like,
there's, like,
these two
people.
shells?
It looks like it's in the woods or
I
something.
like that. So we've got
Just
some wooded
trees.
area, maybe abandoned, and then
Maybe there was
and I
water
heard-
there.
oh, so maybe some water there. That's a good.
But
Okay,
then it
I
like,
see
because of
little
all the
water.
shells that are at the bottom,
yeah.
right? Okay, so I want you to flip to the front here.
I think we're underwater.
What kind of text feature is on this front page? What would you call this text
I
feature
call
here?
this a map.
Yeah.
This is a map. It is a picture of a map, right? So this is a zoomed in version of a map, right? This is a large map, and this one's kind of
Wait,
like
it's right here.
zoomed in.
Wait, is this
It's
Florida?
zoomed in
That's
right
right,
here.
Gustavo. This is Florida, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to circle this on your text feature with your highlighter,
Wait, oh yeah?
okay? Oh, you click it. It's like a
Oh,
pen.
it's like-
Mm-hmm. All right, so this is actually part of our United States, right? And Gustavo said this looks like
This
Florida.
looks
and
right
you're-
here.
And you're right, yeah. So I want you to circle it on your big map right here, okay? This is the part of the United States that we're gonna talk
Wait.
about.
If it's in the United States, is there San Antonio here?
It is, and that's down here in Texas.
What about Houston?
And in Texas.
I've been to, my dad has
Austin?
been to Houston
All in
a
Texas.
long time.
Okay, so now we've looked at, we've got a map. We also have, what kind of text features on our second page here?
Shells, a picture of shells.
Shells.
Okay, so I heard picture. Is this a drawing?
Picture.
No,
No.
it's a live
What
photo.
is that? What is that called?
A camera?
You use a camera to take
A photo.
Photograph.
A photograph.
Excellent. This is a photograph. This is another text feature, right? This is super important to our passage also. Text features are going to help us understand our passage, okay? All right, so far we know we're going to maybe be talking about Florida and something to do
I also
with
want to know what the
shells. Very exciting. Okay, so now we're going to get into our vocabulary words, okay? So I want you to look here, all right? We've got 4 vocabulary words.
right here and then
Mhm.
warrior,
All right, so look at my pink cards here, all right?
foundation,
Okay, so let's look right here. Foundation, can you repeat that?
foundation.
Foundation,
I said
okay?
foundation.
Can you find that on your vocabulary
It's right here.
page? Good, so you have these in front of you also, okay? So on your card, on your paper,
Yeah.
it also says the definition and then what part of speech it is, right?
A noun.
So it is a noun. Gustavo, what is the definition?
It's like the stone or construction that
The concrete?
holds
Mhm.
up a building from beneath.
From beneath, good. So this is like the
Yeah.
foundation of
Yeah.
something, like a
Yeah,
foundation
it like
of
holds it up
Like a
for
foundation
years.
of a house.
a house.
It
Good.
like
Like a
kinda
blueprint.
holds it up.
Very nice. Okay, so that's one of our words, right? So foundation.
Foundation.
Right, so
I
it's
think
gonna
I
be
heard
that concrete structure that
Yeah.
could hold up a building.
Like the sidewalk.
Okay? Yes. Well, remember it's gotta hold up something, right?
Maybe like the poles in the school.
there's probably like a concrete foundation in the poles that would hold up our playground or something. Okay. All right. What about this one?
Plentiful.
Plentiful. All right. Say that with me.
Plentiful.
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 Plentiful. Can you find that on your paper?
Right here.
Okay. So plentiful. Does it sound like another word you might know?
No.
Plentiful. Mia, what do you think?
Like beautiful.
Oh, it rhymes with beautiful. It definitely rhymes with beautiful. Jonah, does it sound like another word you might know?
Plenty.
Ooh, can you kind of see plenty?
Yeah.
Like I want plenty more.
Oh, okay, so let's look at the definition then. Mia, can you read the definition of plentiful?
Plentiful. Adjective. Large in amount, more than enough. The cook had a plentiful supply of fish.
Ooh, so could you have a plentiful amount? Could you have
Yeah.
plenty of
Yes.
fish?
Yeah.
Yes, very nice. Okay, so that's one of our words that's gonna be there, okay? In our paper, in our writing.
That
Okay, Jonah, what's this one?
warrior, like someone that fights in a war.
Ooh, all right, let's say that.
Warrior.
Warrior.
Okay, so find that on your paper.
Right here.
All right, go ahead.
A,
Read the definition.
a warrior is a person who fights in battle. I knew it.
Just like you said, right? Okay, and a warrior is...
It's a noun
It's
too.
a-
It's
It's
a
a
noun.
noun, Gustavo.
Wait,
Excellent.
plentiful is an adjective.
Yes, it is. Mia mentioned that. Fantastic. Okay, here's our last one, but we could all read this one. Collect. Let's say it one more time. Collect.
I'm collecting
Yeah.
seashells.
All right, let's find that and let's all read it together. This is our last one. Okay, so collect is a verb. When you collect things,
you bring them
you
together.
bring them together in one place.
The teacher collects everyone's papers.
Oh, yeah, collect your papers to grade them, right? Okay, so, all right, so here's what we're gonna do next, okay? I have these 4 words. These are going to be in our passage, okay? These are our vocabulary terms here. Now, I also have some words that mean the same thing as our vocabulary words, okay? Does anybody know the word that means the same? Like 2 words that mean the same? Like if I were to say big and large,
Big and
They're not the same word, but they're like the means the same.
they mean the same thing?
Yeah.
So what are those called?
wait. It's
You
not
think you
top
know,
of my
Jonah?
mind.
I think they mean.
What is that term called? If they have kind of like the same meaning. It starts with an S. Yeah.
I think I know it.
Synonym?
Oh, I was about
Does
to
that
say.
sound familiar?
Yeah.
Like cinnamon.
It sounds like synonym. Okay, so synonyms, right, have kind of the same meaning. Okay, so these words have the same
Yeah.
meaning. Okay, all right. So I'm just going to kind of mix them up.
Mix
Okay,
them up,
mix them up, mix them up. All right. Okay. All right, Jonah, go ahead and pull one off the top. Let's see if we can figure this out. All right. What does yours say?
Base.
A base. Think about what we said. What could be the base of something?
A foundation. I mean, the
Foundation.
Foundation. Thumbs up if you agree with Jonah.
I agree with myself.
Not good. Okay, good. Yeah. So a base would be a foundation of something, like the foundation of a house,
Yeah.
right?
Foundation.
All right. Pick a card, any card, Mia.
Like touch your magic.
That's right, like
Ah,
our story.
too.
No, put it back. Okay, try again.
Provo.
Let me see. Let me help. Profuse.
Like,
Ooh.
I thought you would say persuade.
So let me say this, like if I had a profuse amount of candy in my
Like
drawer.
a big.
plenty.
Oh, do we agree with me yet?
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Nice job, nice
Should
job.
be so
All right, Gustavo, Gustavo.
Obsessible?
A symbol.
A symbol.
Symbol.
What's a symbol?
So if I am going to, have you
Like-
seen?
I'm assembling a house.
Okay, so I could assemble a house, getting all the
assembling a
materials
collection.
together. What? Have you seen the Marvels and they say Avengers assemble?
Oh yeah.
Right, like everybody collect, everybody come
Yeah.
together. We agree with Gustavo?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Keep it going, keep it going.
Pile up.
Pile up. Things
I
start
think-
to pile up.
I think it's collect was it's.
Oh yeah, it piles up into a group.
Nice, all right.
Like when you like send us into a group.
I love that.
Take a
Y'all are
cry,
doing
Eddie,
so
cry.
good. You know these.
Support.
Support. Ooh. You're gonna support
Like
something.
the poles.
No support a foundation.
Oh.
I like the way that you're helping her out. Yeah, kind of like the support of
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, I
house.
was like,
Like the poles that are in the
That's
school.
it. Very nice.
And like later on when you told me not to when you told them not to touch them.
Yes.
I
That's
was
it.
like, it could be this one.
Okay, let's see what Gustavo has. Abundant.
Abundant.
I heard that.
And if I had an abundant amount of pencils and another teacher needed some.
I think
An abundant amount.
Wait, they made one of those two colors.
Okay, so
or
This one is like
did we
I have
collect pencils or I have
A
I had plenty of them. Good, we could share them, right?
yeah.
soldier.
So
Soldier. A
I think it goes with
soldier.
warrior because a soldier is fights in battle.
yeah.
Good, good.
It's another
Excellent.
word for
We're almost
warrior.
done here. Y'all are doing great.
Brave.
brave, it has to
Brave.
be
No, I have to go to
warrior.
warrior because warriors is brave.
Brave to fight for other people.
I think you would have to be brave to be a warrior. Nice.
Gather.
Oh.
I think it's
I
collect.
gather
It's
a-
a gla-
Yeah,
Collection.
we're gonna collect things, we're gonna
Yeah.
gather things. Okay, last one. Okay, this is
Bound.
bountiful.
Bountiful.
It's kind of sounds
Look
like
at this
beautiful.
ending, F-U-L, full, full of something.
Plenty.
Look, just
Yeah.
like plentiful, right? So we have the same ending, that
They should
suffix.
like add that.
Yeah, I've got a lot of it.
Yeah.
Excellent job. Okay, I think we've got our
Yeah.
Yeah.
terms. Good
Yeah,
job.
it makes sense.
All right. Excellent job. All right. You guys did wonderful. Okay, so I
That's
think
me.
we're ready. I'm ready to read about these shells. How about you?
Yeah, I think you'll be excited.
Okay. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and read
Yeah.
our story. So go ahead and find your passage. Make sure you have that. Now, throughout our story, when you come across one of our words,
You highlight it.
You can highlight it or circle it or underline it, okay?
How do I like? I don't know. Like how do I?
Yeah, it's ready. You got it. Okay, so here we go. I want you to follow along while I read, and remember at the end we're going
To highlight.
we're going to identify what the main idea is, okay, of our passage. Okay? All right, here we go. We're going to start at the top with the title, The Calusa Tribe, the First Shell Collectors by Caitlin Nieger. Native American tribes lived in North America for thousands of years before European settlers arrived. These tribes all had their own ways of surviving in their environments. They also had their own languages, traditions, and ways of living. One of these tribes was the Calusa. This tribe lived on the southwest coast of the area we now call Florida. Good connection, huh?
Mhm.
Calusa means fierce people. Many of the Calusa men were powerful warriors who fought other tribes for control of South Florida. I see Jonah found warriors. If you found warriors in paragraph 2, you can highlight that. The Calusa people lived close to bays, rivers, and the ocean. They depended on these water sources for food and trade. Unlike other Native American tribes in this area, the Calusa did not farm. Instead, they fished and hunted. The men made large nets out of natural materials to catch catfish, mullet, and pigfish. So, shellfish such as crabs and oysters were also plentiful.
What is pigfish?
We'll have to look that up. Okay, moving to the back, still paragraph 3. Okay. Okay, so shellfish such as crabs and oysters were also plentiful in the area. Women and children in the tribe learned how to catch and collect these animals from the ocean floor. There's collected.
Okay.
The Calusa traded most of the seafood they caught with other tribes in the surrounding areas. Sometimes they would travel a long way to trade. Calusa men were great sailors. They traveled the ocean in dugout canoes. The canoes were made from hollowed out cypress trees. They used these canoes to travel as far as Cuba to find other trading partners. They also used their sailing skills to defend their land against smaller tribes traveling by water. One of the most unique practices of this tribe was its use of shells. The Calusa were most likely the first shell collectors. Collectors, right? Tribe members would use shells to create jewelry, utensils, and tools, including shell spears to hunt and fish. But more notably, tribe members piled shells into large mounds, along with other materials like bones or clay. They used these mounds as the foundation for their cities. They would often build ceremonial buildings on top of these shell mounds. These shell mounds are still preserved in many parts of South Florida. Archaeologists can learn a lot about how the Calusa lived by studying these mounds. While the Calusa were a powerful society in their time, their population dropped in the 1700s. Many Calusa people died because of unfamiliar diseases like measles and smallpox that were brought to the area by European settlers. Many others were taken and sold as slaves by the settlers. The tribe's territory was also raided by enemy tribes. It is believed that the Calusa who survived escaped to Cuba. Today, descendants of the Calusa might still be found in parts of Florida and Cuba.
How much words did I have?
All right, did we find all of our words?
Warrior, plentiful.
We've got warrior, plentiful,
Foundation.
collect.
I think we found all of them.
Excellent job. Okay, so let's think about this. Where's my questions? I'm missing my questions. So where were the Calusa people from?
They were from Florida.
They were from Florida, right? So they were a tribe here in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did they use their resources for, and what kind of resources did they have? Mia?
Seashells.
The seashells, right? Just like we pulled up today.
Wait,
What did they use these seashells for? Jonah, what did
They
they
use
use?
them for utensils and tools and like some stuff to fish and even spears.
That's right. And we can always look back in our text, right? We can always look back for the text
It says it
evidence.
right here, including
What
shells.
paragraph, Jonah?
It's paragraph 5.
Good.
They use like bones or clay.
I love that, right?
They also use it to create jewelry.
Yeah, so go ahead and highlight where you see that. They're using all of those natural resources. Tribe members would use shells to create jewelry, utensils, and tools, including shell spears to hunt and fish. And then they piled these shells to make what?
To make bones or clay.
Which turned into these mounds, right? And those mounds turned into what?
Or bones.
Keep reading. What did they say? Look in your
Along
text
with
evidence.
other materials like bones, clay, these use these mounds as foundations for their cities.
Okay, so that helps us to understand our photograph here, right? I want you to point to the caption of your photograph. Can you find the caption, which is also another text feature? That's
I think
right.
the caption is underneath.
That's
Yeah.
right. Gustavo, will you read us our caption underneath our photograph?
Part of a
Shell
mount.
mound. So that is that shell mound they were talking about, that they were able to build their cities and where they lived, right?
I
Yeah.
wonder how
That's a
much
big
shells.
amount.
I wonder how much shells it took to make spears, utensils, and all that
I
stuff.
would imagine
But
quite
they
a
said
bit.
they were powerful.
They were
so-
very powerful, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now they lived on the coast. They lived on the coast where we call Florida, right here. What were they really good at doing? They lived on the coast.
They were very good at fishing.
Fishing,
And hunting.
hunting, right? So they were able to hunt on the coast. They found these shells,
Yeah.
and then they were able to use all of these natural resources, okay? All right, so the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna write our main idea sentence, okay? All right, so what I want you to do is, let's turn to, you know what, actually, let's use this page. So turn your vocab over, all right?
And also this page.
And we're going to write our main idea sentence, and I'm gonna get it started for you, okay? So we're gonna say the main idea is, all right? Okay, and then you're going to be able to finish this, right? This is my sentence stem starter, okay? So the main idea is, what is our passage mostly
Shells.
about, right?
Shells.
Okay, is it just about shells?
No,
No.
about tribes.
What tribe?
Right?
The
Calusa.
The Calusa tribe.
And
And what did they do?
They were trading.
they
Sometimes
trade
So they used,
shells.
okay?
Yeah.
So the main idea is the Calusa tribe used shells. And then I want you guys, I know you found that text evidence in paragraph 5. Now you come up with the rest of your sentence, right? We've got a great start here. So you're writing your thoughts.
Shells.
And what did they use the shells for? Go back and look at your text evidence that you found. Mhm.
To create jewelry.
Remember we found that on paragraph 5? Did you find it, Gustavo? Mm-hmm. Okay, when you're finished, then we'll share out what you wrote as your main idea sentence. All set? Okay, and if you're waiting, you can double check, read it back to yourself, see if you need to, add your period or your capital.
I want to add on to it.
Gustavo, you ready?
Oh,
Okay,
do
go.
we have to put everything?
You can pick and choose what you, because there was a lot of options that they created out of their shells.
I think I just want to do one more.
Okay, that sounds great. All right, Gustavo, why don't you read what you have?
The main idea is the Calusas
Calusa?
tribes, shells, and shell spears and jewelry.
Jewelry. So then I would add in used.
Yeah.
Okay. So the main idea is the Calusa tribe used shells.
I was gonna put in shell, spears, and jewelry.
Very good. Excellent. Okay. So I like the way that you read that back and then you knew what to add in your sentence. Nice job. Very good. You guys did a fantastic job. Okay, and so remember, our main idea sentence is really just one sentence on what is the passage mostly about.
Okay,
All right, Jonah, you ready?
yeah. The
Okay.
main idea is the Calusa tribe used shells to create jewelry, utensils, and tools, including shell spears to hunt fish. And the Calusa tribe members piled shells into a large mound alongside with other materials like bones or clay.
Fantastic. Excellent job. I love it. All right, make sure you guys put your name on your stuff as well. All right, Mia, you ready?
Like what is it?
The main idea is the
Calusa.
Calusa tribe shells to create jewelry,
Utensils.
utensils, and tools, including shells, spears to hunt and fish.
Excellent. So, and then I would add in that they used these shells. We need a verb there. Excellent job. Very nice, guys. And when we're all set, this is it. You all did a fantastic job.
This was fun.
You liked it? And then when we're done, we'll go back and I'll show you my really big shell and you can hear the ocean out of it. I love it. You all did wonderful. Good job. How's it? And you got to learn something pretty cool.